There we go. All right, so $1,000 is kind of the benchmark because what I say is once you can make $1,000, then you can make five, and once you can make five, you can make 10, and then when you look back and focus on that thousand, it seems like a very small number. So I like using $1,000 as a benchmark, and like I said, many of you who are in local marketing, you probably already have a few clients that are paying you that amount. So when it comes to local marketing, $1,000 is really one client. So for you guys it might seem really small. But for those of you that are just getting started, just make sure you have those benchmarks in place because, like I said, when you can make 1,000, then you can make five, then you can make 10, and you just keep doing that over and over and over again. And then once you get to a certain point, $1,000 is just like, like pocket change to you guys. And that's what we're here to share with you to get you to that point where you can make consistent profit every single month. All right. And one thing that I'm very big on is making sure that you're paying attention to people that are actually out there doing it. All right. And the reason that we think you should pay attention today is because, plain and simple, we know how to rank number one in Google. And once you're able to do that, then you can pretty much print your own checks. All right. So here's a screenshot of me ranking number one in Google, not only number one, but also number two. And I did it in under 3 days. And the good thing about this is that I'm ranking for a high converting buyer keyword. All right, so this is a good strategy for some of you guys that um, are seeing this. That I'm not only ranking number one, but I'm also ranking number two, and I do that purposely because my competition may be trying to go after me and they're going to probably take over that second position. But since I have that buffer in between where I'm ranking number one and number two, it's going to be tough for them to go past and outrank me with both videos. I'll let them take the second position because I just have that there as a buffer, but it's very unlikely they're going to get past that first video. All right, here's another video where I'm ranking number two. I did it in about 1 hour. Here's another one where I'm ranking number one for an evergreen term. This pays me every single month. All right, here's another one, another evergreen term, ranking in position number two. And I know most of you guys are in the local space, so I'm just going to quickly touch on this because I do a lot in the affiliate marketing space as well. And this is just an evergreen term in the whole web hosting niche. So if any of you guys ever want to diversify your income and do some affiliate stuff, the hosting niche is a perfect niche. This video here pays me every single month, and the hosting companies pay very, very well when it comes to bringing sales to them. Here's another one where I'm ranking number three, did it in 8 minutes. And here's another one where I'm ranking number five, and we did it in about 5 hours, right? So, guys, I just wanted you guys to know that we know how to rank number one, but this is just the first step of the equation because ranking on the first page of Google is just one piece. The next piece is to actually monetize that rankings and get your clients to pay for you or get your clients to rent them out or get your clients to completely buy out the YouTube channel if you're ranking for multiple terms in their city. All right, so there's definitely multiple ways to get paid, and ranking is just the first part of that equation. So here's just some of the income that these videos have actually produced, and that's what most of us are in this for, is to actually make a profit. All right, so here's where one of my video campaigns made about $1,121. Here's another one where I made over $1,600 from one campaign. Here's one where I made $564 from another campaign. Here's an evergreen campaign that pays me every month. I've already made over $5,000 with this video, and it keeps growing every single month. All right, here's another one, $310 from another video, $630 in a month from another video campaign. And this is the web hosting niche. And if you see right above the 630, I get paid $105 per sale for this particular web hosting company. All right, but of course, most of you guys are here for local marketing, and we know that video marketing works exceptionally well for that as well. And my partner, Damian Rufus, is actually the brains behind the local marketing operation, right? And here is one of his paychecks where he got $497 from one of his clients. All right, here's another one, $1,988 from another client, $1,837 from another client. Here's one of my favorite ones, $3,200 from another client, guys. So that's why I shared with you earlier that $1,000 is just a benchmark, because when you learn what we're going to share with you in this training, you can start getting these kind of checks, $1,900 there, $3,200 there, $1,800 there, and it starts becoming easier, and you start getting into a flow where you start attracting all of these nice checks to you. All right. But then the next step after that, of course, is to make sure that this stuff not only works for us, but it works for our students as well. And for those of you that are on here, we're going to share with you all of our strategies. So here are some of those results that some of our students have been able to get. Here's Byron, who kept us updated on his campaign. And at this particular point in his campaign, he was ranking number 5. But later on, he was able to get it up to about position 2. So that's Byron within his results. Here's Joseph making his first 2 sales with what we're going to share with you today. Here's Mike, same thing, finally made his first sale with his first campaign. Here's Gerald, same thing, first 2 sales with this campaign. Here is Lex making his first sale from his website and also ranking for a search term that gets over 40,000 searches every single month. All right. Here's Gordon, again, same thing, ranking for a nice local term in his area. All right. And here is Mark, who made his first high ticket sale for a local affiliate marketing term that he went after, and he made 900. It might be a little small for you guys, but it says $998.50. All right, so that's not a bad first sale there. All right, just under $1,000, and that's a good thing as well. When you're dealing with these local clients and you're going after those bigger numbers, your commissions or your paychecks are going to be a lot bigger because you're dealing with bigger numbers. All right, so we're going to share with you how to get these kind of results as well without have any fancy equipment, without needing years of experience, and without even having to be on camera, guys, because this is a big one for many people, is that they feel like they have to be on camera to be able to monetize it, and that is totally not the case. All right, so does this sound good to you guys? Are you guys excited to go out there and start learning how to get some of these checks for yourselves? Give me a 1 in the chat box if that's something that sounds good to you guys. All right, awesome. We got some 1s coming into the chat box. Perfect, guys. So let's go ahead and keep this moving right along. We're going to try and cover this fairly quickly, all right? Who am I? My name is Joshua Zamora from Miami, Florida. All right, here's my crazy picture here on the right-hand side. All right, there's no crazy story behind that. I just woke up one day, took a picture, and it kind of stuck, and now I use it for branding because people tend to recognize that picture. All right, I've been marketing online since 2010. All right. So it hasn't been that long that I've been doing this whole online thing, and it took me a few years to be able to go full-time online. And as of 2014, I do work full-time online and enjoy a very comfortable multiple 6-figure income. All right. And I've been doing video marketing specifically since 2012. And I was kind of forced into it because I was doing a lot of niche site marketing at the time. I was putting up niche site after niche site. And then in April of 2012, I got hit with the Penguin update. And that's kind of what forced me into video marketing because I needed something to get my income back to where it was. All right. One important thing as well is that I forgot to mention on the slide, but I also, during the time that I was trying to build my online income to go full time, I was running the SEO department for 2 web design companies here in Miami. So I built their businesses up fairly big to multiple 5 figures a month. So that's one thing that I forgot to mention on the slide, but I did do a lot of local marketing here in Miami for a couple of years until I was able to break off and go full time. All right, now some housekeeping for tonight, and I got to check something really quickly, guys, if you give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure that I'm on the right track here. There we go. I forgot to include my amazing partner, Damian Rufus, on this slide. So I just went ahead and fixed it. All right, this is Damian Rufus here on the left-hand side. He is the gentleman that you're going to hear from later on in this presentation. So Damian is from Phoenix. He's been marketing online since 2009. All right, and he's kind of, like I said earlier, pretty much the go-to guy when it comes to local marketing. Anytime I need some advice on some local stuff, he's the guy to go to. And those big paychecks that you saw before, those were all his. Him just blowing it up locally. All right. So he was actually forced into going full time online. and now also enjoys a very comfortable multiple six-figure income. And like I said, when it comes to anything local, he's the guy to go to, and he's also a genius when it comes to anything tech online. All right, he's anytime I need to, because I tend to break a lot of stuff online. Anytime I need it fixed, I go to him, and he pretty much knows how to do anything and everything online. All right, he's been doing specifically local marketing since 2009. All right, here's me. I already talked about myself, so I won't go to that again. All right, so some housekeeping for tonight, guys. Please make sure you silence your cell phones, as Guillermo said. Close Facebook, close Skype, turn off the TV, and pay attention. All right, we're going to be sharing with you some very powerful information that's going to help you to grow your businesses. All right, so we want you to give us your undivided attention for about the next 80 to 90 minutes. All right, so we're going to share with you some very powerful stuff. All right, I want you to grab a pen and paper and be ready to take notes as well. All right, because like I said, we're going to share with you some stuff that you can easily go out there and implement right away once you're done be spending this time with us. All right, and it's going to help you to grow your business. All right, and yes, this is being recorded for all of those of you that are asking. We get this asked at least 50 times every single time we run a webinar. So yes, this is being recorded. The only thing we can't guarantee is that it's going to be a good recording, because sometimes GoToWebinar acts up and kind of chops up the recording. So we are recording it, but we can't guarantee that it's going to be a good recording. So if it's a good recording, we'll send it out. If it's not, then usually we don't waste the time, because it's not going to be a good recording. All right, we do want you to save your questions for the end. We promise you we will get to them. Damien and I are known for staying as long as we need to get your questions answered. All right, so all of you guys already said that you're ready to jump into this, so let's just go ahead and dive right in. All right, the first thing that I'm going to cover is the 5 biggest mistakes that most marketers make with their campaigns. And I think this is very important to cover, because most people, when they talk about building their success and how they became successful, most people have never really mentioned the mistakes that they made when the mistakes they made to get to where they need to be. They only talk about the successes. So I think that when you know the mistakes that most people made, you can avoid them, and your path to success is a lot faster. All right, so the first thing that I noticed is that most people target the wrong keywords. All right, you're either target keywords that are not going to convert into any phone calls or sales or any of that stuff, or you target keywords that are just way too competitive and you're never going to get to the first page. All right, so today we're going to talk a little bit about keywords and what niches to cover and all that stuff. So we're going to get that covered and help you out in that area. We also see a lot of people putting up unhelpful content, all right? And this is extremely important as well with the local marketing space, because if you're putting up unhelpful content, it's not helping anyone. It's not beneficial to your client, and you're not providing any value. And the days of just putting up Animoto picture videos and ranking those days are over. People are smarter, they're more tech savvy, and they know how to find the information that they're looking for. So if you're out there wasting time putting up these crappy videos, it's not going to help anyone. All right, so make sure that you're not doing that. And on this training call, we're going to share with you how to follow a very simple script to make sure you're putting up helpful content that helps people and also converts them into phone call sales or whatever it is that you're trying to do. All right, the other thing that I see is people not having enough call to actions. This is another big one, and again, very important, especially when it comes to local marketing, because you need to tell people what to do. All right, it's been proven over and over again that when people are told what to do, your conversions increase and you get a lot more phone calls. All right, so don't expect that just having the phone number is enough. Make sure you tell people that the phone number is there and to call that number. All right, you have to actually tell these people what to do. And I always have multiple call to actions in all my videos. I say it verbally. I use the annotations that YouTube provides. And I also have call to actions in the description area as well. So I have call to actions everywhere to make sure that I'm getting that phone call or getting that click. All right. The next thing that I see is people working on too many campaigns at once. This is one big thing that I struggled with early on, because my first video campaign, it ranked within 24 hours and it made its first sale within 48 hours. So the only logical thought that went through my head was to, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and just put up as many videos as I can and rank all of these videos and just make a bunch of money. All right. And that's a 100% logical thought. The only thing is that I started putting up so many videos that I got way overwhelmed, all right? And I started losing track of what videos I was working on, what videos I'm missing to work on, forgetting completely forgetting that I even uploaded a video, and then having to keep track of all this stuff. It was just way overwhelming. So I had to sit down, take a step back, and figure out how many campaigns I could work on at a time to before I started getting that overwhelmed feeling. So for me, it was 3 video campaigns at a time. So anytime once I got those 3 videos ranked, then I would move on to the next one, then the next one, then the next one. All right. So you're gonna have to figure out what that number is for you. If you have assistants or VAs or people that can help you, then that number might be a little bit bigger for you. But for me, when I first started, I was a one-man show. I did everything myself. So I had to kind of really dig deep and figure out what that number was for me. All right. The next thing that I see is people not promoting their videos enough. All right. I see this a lot. A lot of people hit up my support desk wanting for me to analyze their videos. And the first thing I ask is, what have you done to promote this video? All right. Most people just tell me, hey, I bought one Fiverr gig here, one Fiverr gig there, and it's that's just not going to cut it. Right. You have to treat your business like a business and make sure that you're doing everything that you need to do to get those videos ranked. All right. So make sure you write these down and make sure you avoid them and don't make these mistakes, because if you do, it's only going to make your road to success a lot longer. All right. So the first thing that I want to start off with is, what's the fastest way to get to your first $1,000 per month client? All right. Give me some guesses in the chat box to see what you guys think is the number one way to get to your first $1,000 per month client. And we always get those people who are a little bit on the gray side that are willing to go out there and land in jail. So we got several good answers coming in. Go out there and knock on doors, cold calling. All right, awesome. We got some great answers coming in. But for me, the one thing that helped, at least when I was working for those 2 local web design companies here in Miami, the number one thing that got us the most business was proof. All right, if you can show people proof that you know how to rank, then that is the easiest and quickest selling point that you can use. All right, and here's one tip that we use, and one thing that you guys can just remove this limiting belief from your head, that it doesn't have to be a hard term that you have to rank for. As long as you just show people that you're ranking on the first page, that is all they need to see, because most local businesses have no idea how to market on the internet. So if you can just show them that you have some kind of result in Google, that's your door in. That's your foot in the door, and then you can sit down and have a one-on-one and then close them from there. But proof was our biggest thing. And what we did here in Miami was we ranked for a term, the coolest person on earth. All right, that we ranked for that term, and the owner's picture shows up, his website shows up for that term. So we would use that all the time. We even used it on the business cards that we would give out. And anytime we made a presentation, it was the same thing. That way, you just tell people that you're ranking on the first page for a specific term, right? And I'm going to get a little bit deeper into that later on in the presentation, right? But if you can show people that you got some proof, that's all you need. And don't worry, it doesn't have to be some crazy term that you're ranking for. All right. But the first step in any campaign when it comes to getting results with video is to finding the right keywords and the right niche. All right. So this is the first thing we're going to talk about, because this is your foundation of your campaign. All right. Whether you have clients already or you don't, you can get clients first and then rank for different keywords, or you can rank for different keywords and then get the client. All right. Regardless of how you do it, finding the right keywords is the first step. Right. So when it comes to local, you have to get as specific as possible. All right. Make sure you're in a specific city, specific town, even specific zip codes. All right. You wouldn't believe how many people actually search for a particular keyword and then they put their zip code right at the end of it. All right. Now, here in Miami, we have, when most people think of Miami, they think of, just the beach area. Of course, Miami is known for its beaches, but Miami is a huge town. The county of Miami-Dade is humongous. All right. We have a ton of different little towns within Miami that only, most people that are from Miami know about those other little towns. We have things like Kendall, Homestead, Hialeah, Miami Gardens, all these little kind of cities within Miami that if I was going after, I would dig deep into those smaller cities instead of targeting Miami as a whole. All right, because if you target Miami as a whole, it's just going to be way too competitive. You got to have to dig deep and get into those specific little towns that you can dominate, because that's going to be your easier way in than trying to go after the bigger market. All right. And also, when you're doing these local markets, you also want to make sure you target the gold mine local niches. All right, there's those gold mine local niches that you're always going to be able to target, that always have the higher paying um, clients, or those clients that are that know that they need to be on the internet. Right. So there's things like chiropractors. Right, chiropractors, we all know that are huge in local. Probate lawyers, that was a big one for us. All right, we had several probate lawyer clients. Funeral services, all right, as bad as it sounds, but people die every single day, and funeral services are some of the most profitable businesses out there. So you can go out there, target funeral services in your area. And I'm telling you guys, I mean, I know it's a kind of weird niche to be in, but there's a lot of money to be made. And unfortunately, yeah, people die every day, people are born every day, but it's just part of life. But if you're willing to get over that, there's a lot of money to be made in funeral services. All right, medical spas as well. Those are really starting to blow up, especially here in Miami. Medical spas are popping up left and right. Limousine services, all right, these are also very popular here in Miami. All right, people want to come here and rent out some nice limousines and just cruise around. So make sure you target those services as well. Luxury niches, right? This goes hand in hand with limousines, but also here in Miami, luxury cars, luxury boats, jet skis. That's all very very popular here in Miami. So luxury thing, anything luxury in your local area, you can go ahead and tackle that and get very specific. Tourist activities as well. That's another big one. Skydiving, fishing charters, kayaking, all of those nice, very active activities. They're, especially right now during the summer, they're huge. There's a lot of money to be made. And I don't know, we have people here from all over the world. So for some of you, it might be seasonal. So if you have seasonal events throughout the year, those are gold mines as well. I remember we used to have a client that she had a website specifically for Mardi Gras, all right, in New Orleans. And she knew that it was seasonal, but during the season of Mardi Gras, she would make a gold mine. So it was worth it to her to get those local rankings for, in New Orleans, because she knew that those seasonal events, that's just where she makes her money for that specific website. So always think for things like that. If there's seasonal events in your area, those are also very big. And yeah, you might not make money year round, but when it's in season, you're gonna make a ton of money. All right. And also, you guys want to let Google do the work for you. All right. Google, you'd be surprised. Google gives you a lot of information. They give you probably 90% of the information that you need to go out there and rank for some great terms, right? And what I mean by that is just start using Google to your advantage, right? Start Googling things, and Google's going to start giving you what keywords you should target, all right? So here is some luxury car keywords that are in Miami, and if you scroll to the bottom of any keyword that you search for, all the way at the bottom, Google is going to give you different keywords that other users are searching for that are related to your keyword that you searched for. All right. And by doing that, Google's going to give you all these other great keywords. So here you can see that the main keyword that I searched for was luxury car rental Miami. And then Google populated at the bottom some related terms to that term. So you can see they put luxury car rental Miami Airport, luxury car rental Miami South Beach. All right, that's very targeted because South Beach is a very particular beach here in Miami. Luxury car rental Miami Cheap, rent a car in Miami, luxury car rental Miami to Key West. All right, that's another very specific term because this person wants to rent a car in Miami and take it all the way down to Key West. All right, so that's a very specific term. So this is Google just doing the work for you. All right. So don't underestimate what Google can do for you, because they're willing to give you all the niches you ever need to rank on the first page of Google and really take advantage of all these local markets. All right. So also to get some additional keywords, there are some two free killer keyword tools that I'm going to share with you right now that are really going to help you to even dig deeper into all of these different niches. All right. So the first one is Ubersuggest. Some of you may have heard of this already, but Ubersuggest is very, very powerful tool. You just go to Uber, I think it's ubersuggest.net if I'm not mistaken. And you go there, you type in whatever keyword you're trying to look for, and it's going to populate a ton of different keywords that you can target, the additional keywords that you may not have thought of. All right. Keywordtool.io, another great keyword. And both of these are free, by the way. They're both web-based, and they're going to give you all the keywords that you can ever think of that you may not have thought of yourself. All right. And here's pretty much what they look like. So here's what Ubersuggest looks like. So luxury car rental Miami. All right. And as you can see, it just populated a ton of different keywords that I may not have thought of. So the top ones is luxury car rental Miami Airport, the beach, cheap prices, luxury car rental Miami International Airport. All right, so that's another powerful one because they're looking for car rentals specifically near the airport. The one at Key West, the one at South Beach, exotic car rental Miami, Florida. All right, and the one below that, they have a ton more keywords. So Ubersuggest, very powerful tool, and it just kind of gets your juices flowing for all these different kind of niches that you can target. All right, this is what keywordtool.io looks like. Very simple tool to use. You just type in your keyword at the top. The good thing about keywordtool.io is that you can change the different Google that you're in. So if you're in a different country, you can switch the Google for the country you're in and get the results specifically for your area. All right. So same thing as Ubersuggest is just going to populate a ton of different terms based on your main term that you type in, and you can get a ton of different options there. So two great keyword tools that are free. They're both web-based and you can use them. And as you can see, Ubersuggest also gives you options for YouTube, Bing, and the App Store, right? If any of you guys do apps. So that's it. Two great keywords tool to help you to dig even deeper and get as local and as targeted as you can for your local area. All right. So now that you have the keywords and you know how to dig deep and stick to those to gold mine niches, it's time to get to the people that are willing to pay you. All right. Where do you actually get in front of these people so they can cut you a check and you can start making a profit? All right. When I was running the the SEO department for the web design companies here, there were a few strategic things that we would do and just land clients all day long. All right. The very first thing is local events. All right. I know probably 95% of the people on this call right now just crap their pants because they don't like getting in front of people. But guys, you have to get over that. If you want to build a successful local business and you want to build it fast, you have to get in front of people. All right. Get out there, talk to them, and you'd be surprised how much more you guys know about local marketing than these businesses that you're going to be talking to, because they have no idea. You know, they might have an idea, they might know that they need to be on the internet, but they just don't know how to do it, you know, what they need and all that stuff. And you can be that person to kind of educate them a little bit and then gain their business. All right. But a few places that we would go religiously every single week to get clients was the Chamber of Commerce. All right. I'm sure that, again, 95% of the people on this call, there is a Chamber of Commerce in your area. All right. Make sure you get out there. Most of the time, the first time you go is going to be free. And then the second time, you can just kind of pay to be a member. Usually the fees aren't that big to be part of your local chambers. And you never know, maybe for some of you, it might be free. But make sure you're out there talking to the people in the Chamber of Commerce, because once you're that go-to person in that Chamber of Commerce, all the business, whenever someone mentions SEO or web design, they're going to point right at you. And that's the good thing about these Chambers of Commerce, that once you get to know people, they refer you business from within all the events that they hold. All right. Another one, BNI. BNI is another powerful place to go. They do tend to meet very, very early in the morning. But if you're willing to get up early and go out and talk to people, it's a great place to meet people. And BNI is good because it's going to be all business owners. And the good thing is that they typically only allow one industry one industry per group. So if you're the SEO person for that specific group, they're not going to allow any other SEO people in that group. So imagine that. Imagine you're part of a group where you are the only SEO and web design person in there. All right, all the business that they ever talk about is going to be sent to you. Right, and that's pretty much the goal of BNI groups. That there's only one industry per person, and everyone just refers business to each other. All right. The next thing is also Meetup. All right. Meetups are very, very powerful. You can go to meetup.com and find local events within your niche, or not even in your niche. All right. Go to all types of events and just get in front of people, talk to them, tell them what you do, and you're gonna start getting business, guys. It's not that hard when it comes to building a local business. If you're talking to people and you're telling them what you do, you're gonna get business. All right. It's just having that courage to get out there and get in front of them. All right. And if you come to me and you tell me, hey, there's no meetup in my area for, XYZ, create your own, right? Damien, my partner, he was looking for events in his area, and he's like, hey, screw all of that. I'm just gonna start my own. All right, and that's exactly what he did. And now, every month or so, he meets with the local people in his area, and it's working out extremely well for him. So if you don't see anything that you like on Meetup.com, go out there and create your own. All right, it's free to create a group on Meetup.com. All right. And the next thing is niche specific events. All right. Always think like a marketer. Always be aware of what's going on in your local area. Make sure you pick up the local paper, pick up local magazines, see what's going on in your area, what social events for businesses are going on, and get in front of people. All right. One of the most successful events that we would always attend every year I think it's called Law Tech, if I'm not mistaken. But it's Law Tech is an event here in Miami where it's just a huge room full of lawyers, and we would always buy a booth at that event, and we would always leave with a ton of business, because not only would we buy a booth, but we would also pay for, I think, about a 30 to 60 second kind of little pitch at the front of the room. And we would leave with a ton of business out of those niche specific events. So imagine that. Imagine being in a room, or even in a hotel room, because sometimes you don't even need to go to the actual event. As long as you just hang around the halls and talk to all of these people, you're gonna get business. But imagine that. Imagine being at an event just full of lawyers. All right. And the good thing is that lawyers know that they need to be online. They know that they need to get business from the internet. So if you ever want to get into a niche that you almost guaranteed to get business, just focus on lawyers. And there's so many different types of lawyers out there that you'll never run out of people to talk to. All right. And another way that you can and that we use to get clients is we used to call it the second page technique. All right. And what we're doing in this case is pretty much target those people who are struggling. All right. Because if someone is on the second page of Google, they're not getting any traffic. All right. Most people never leave the first page. So you can go and target all the people that are on the second page on the second page of Google. And you can send them mailers in the mail. You can call them up. All right. That's probably the easiest way. Just, hey, call them up and tell them, hey, I noticed that you guys are on the second page of Google. How would you like to be on the first page? Blah blah blah. And then go through that through whatever your pitch is. But that's very, 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 very effective, because if someone is on the second page, you can almost guarantee that they're doing something to be on that second page. So they're actually trying to be on the first page, but for some reason, they probably only do it here and there. They're probably doing the SEO themselves. So if you can go out there and talk to these people, there's a good chance that they're going to know a little bit more than the average business owner about getting to the first page, because they're on the second page, so they're trying to do stuff. So if you just come in and give them that extra help to push them to the first page, that's a gold mine of clients for you there just waiting for you. All right. The next thing that we used to do is we used to call the new business takeover technique. All right. And the way that this works is everyone here probably lives in, hopefully you live in a place where you also live with other people, right? I can guarantee there's not someone on here that lives in some secluded area with no one around, right? So if you live in some kind of city, there's a good chance that in that city there is a local city council. All right. And in the local city council, you can just walk in, go to the small business area, and get a list of all the newly registered businesses that have registered within, the last year or the last 3 months or the last 6 months. And you can go in there and get a full list of all of these people, right? And you're going to get all the information. They're going to give you the business name, the address, the phone number, website if they have it, all of that stuff, right? And it's only going to cost you about 20 or 30 bucks to get this list. And then with that list, again, you can send them an email, an email if their email address is there. You can send them a mailer in the mail, or you can call them up. Most of the time, it's going to be the phone. Just the phone number is going to be on there because since these are new businesses, they're most likely not going to have a website yet. So, but you will have the phone number and the address of that business. All right. So, what we would do is we would send a postcard in the mail. We would also give them a call, things like that. And that is a gold mine as well, because these are brand new businesses, right? These are all the businesses that have been opened, that have just been opened, and depending on what you tell them, to give you the list of the last businesses that have been registered over the last year. All right, so those businesses have not been in business for more than a year, so they're pretty brand new, and they're always looking for new business. All right, and if you can go in there and help them out, then that's a gold mine of clients just there waiting for you to go and talk to them, all right? And of course, the last technique that would always and is always going to be your bread and butter is going to be the almighty referrals, all right? And don't wait. Once you start getting a few clients, don't wait for them to give you referrals. Ask for them, all right? That's the one thing. Most people think that, hey, once I get a few clients, the referrals are just going to start flooding in. And that may or may not happen, but if you want to force that to happen, ask for referrals, all right? Offer to give your clients discounts, offer to give them a referral fee, offer to, do something to entice them to give you business, all right? And offer to give them business back. That's one thing that we used to do a lot. All right, if someone referred business to us, we had one guy that would print plaques, signs, and trophies. So anytime that we spoke to someone that was having some kind of event that was had to do with trophies, we would send them over to our client, and then that client would refer business back to us. So always be that person that you're giving out referrals and you're also asking for referrals. Because that's going to be your easiest and quickest sale ever. All right. Someone that refers a friend or a client to you, that's going to be the easiest and the most smoothest transaction you will ever go through. And when I would, hit the phones and get more sales, the easiest ones were always referrals. It was always, 5 to 10 minute phone call and boom, the sale was closed because it's a warm contact. All right. So always be asking for those referrals. All right. So now that we got the keywords picked out and the niches picked out and where to actually find these people to pay you, all right, it's now time to create a simple video. All right. And this is where most people struggle because they feel like they need to have some elaborate, high quality video. And you don't. All right. There's plenty of softwares out there that allow you to create some great videos. The only thing that most people struggle with is what to say in the video. All right, so step number 2 is to create a simple video. And right now I'm going to share with you a simple 4-step video creation script that we use in every single video that we create. All right, and it goes like this. All right, the first step is to tell them who you are. All right, so whether you're making a video for your client or you're making the video with your client, all right, you can just hand them this script and tell your client to follow it. All right, so you're going to tell them who you are, and this can be done within the first second of the video, and it goes like this. Hey guys, this is Joshua Zamora from ZamoraiBlogger.com. Boom, that is step number 1 right out of the way. All right, step number 2 is tell them what you have for them. All right, and it goes like this. Hey guys, this is Joshua Zamora. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the best ways for you to avoid a lawsuit, if you get into a car accident. Boom. All right, step number 1 and step number 2 are completely out of the way. All right, within the first 3 seconds. All right, the next thing is what it can do for them. All right, and this is where you're going to talk about your client services, the features, the benefits. Pretty much this is where you're going to sell your client as the go-to person. Right, so if you're representing, let's go back to the car, to a car example, because I'm not going to try and do a lawyer example. Right, but let's say that you're going to do a car video, right? You're going to tell them, hey guys, we're the number one luxury car rental company in Miami. We have Ferraris, Lamborghinis, we have jet skis, we have anything that you need to have a great time in Miami. We have it all. And if you call right now, you're gonna, get a 50% discount or something, right? You're gonna pretty much tell them all the benefits and the features of why they should call you, all the services that you offer, and then the last step is to tell them what to do next. And this is where the call to action comes into play. All right, and you can incentivize. I've always find that if you incentivize them to call you specifically, then that's going to get you more calls. So, and by incentivize, I mean, give them a reason to call you, right? So you can tell them, hey, if you call right now, you're going to get a 50% discount for being a brand new customer. So there's a number right below this video or right above this video. Give us a call right now, and we'll give you a 50% discount on any car that you want to rent. All right, and that's it, guys. It's very, very simple. Following this 4-step script, you will never feel like you're rambling on or you're creating, an unhelpful video. If you follow this 4-step script, you're gonna put together a very professional video. It's short, to the point, and gets you to the result that you want, which is to people to call or click on your website or make a purchase, all of that stuff. So if you just write this down, follow this, it'll be the best friend whenever you're creating a video. All right. Now, one thing that I always get asked as well is what type of videos work the best. All right. And I've used I've used them all. All right. I've used Screencast, PowerPoint, Hangouts, Video Maker Effects, Easy Sketchbook, Explainer. I've used every single software out there. All right. They all work. All right. As long as you follow this 4-step script, you can plug this into any single type of video that you want. All right. My personal favorite ones are Screencast videos and Hangout videos. And the only reason those two are my favorite is because it allows me to get my video online as quickly as possible. All right. So with the Screencast video, I don't need to play with any software besides the screen recording software. And once I'm done with the screen recording, it's going to be uploaded right away. All right. Same thing with the Hangout. Hangouts are already being uploaded as soon as I hit start broadcast, so I don't need to deal with anything else. It just goes right into my YouTube account. All right. So step number 3, once the video is created, is to optimize your video. All right. And once you optimize your video correctly, then that's what's gonna give it the initial boost to get to the first page. And if you're targeting those very specific local searches, just with good optimization alone, it's gonna allow you to many times get to the first page of Google. All right. So the first thing that you're going to do is save your video as keyword.mp4. All right. Very basic stuff. Most people that are on this call probably already know how to do that. All right. You find the keyword on your hard drive, you right click on it, and then you name it, luxury car rental Miami.mp4 as an example. All right. Then the next step is what I call the extra juice PC technique. All right. Now, this specifically is what's going to allow you to get a nice edge over your competition. All right. Now, there's 2 things that you need to keep in mind about this technique. Is number 1, it has to be an MP4 format, and number 2, it has to be on a PC. All right. But the way that it works is you're going to find the video that you're trying to optimize. You're going to right click on it. You're going to go down to where it says properties. And then once you click on that, this next screen is going to show up. You're going to go over to the 4th tab that says details. And right here is where you're going to be able to fully optimize this video. All right. So in the title, you're going to put your main keyword. In the subtitle, you're going to put your secondary keyword. Under rating, I always usually give it a 5-star rating. Under the tags, here's where I'm going to put all of the tags that all the keywords that I'm targeting. All right. I'm going to put them under the tags. And in the comments area, I'm usually going to write a short 2 to 3 sentence paragraph, and also make sure I include my keywords in there, and I put it in the comment section. And then once I'm done, I hit apply, I hit OK, and I'm done. All right. Now, this technique alone is going to give you that extra edge over your competition because you are fully optimizing your video. You're adding the meta information to your video before you even upload it online to the internet, guys. So think about that. You're uploading a fully optimized video to YouTube, all right? So this is going to help you to get that extra edge over your competition, all right? So once that is done, you're going to upload your video. Now, I'm not going to cover that because uploading your video is very easy. You just go to youtube.com. There's a button at the top that says upload. You hit that and you're good to go. Once your video is uploading, then this is where this next step comes in, all right? So you're going to put your keyword in the title. Now, your keyword is already going to be in the title by default because step number one was to save your video as your target keyword. So once you upload it, it's going to upload as that target keyword. So what you're going to do is just remove the MP4. All right, and then what I do is I remove the MP4 and then I put a attention grabbing keyword in the middle. All right, and then I put my secondary keyword on the back side of that. All right. So that's the way that I structure my title. I'm going to show you an example of what it looks like once I'm done going through this. And then I put my keyword in the description. All right. So usually I put my keyword first and then the link or the phone number that I want them to call. Or I do it vice versa. You know, I put the phone number first and then the keyword. You know, it kind of just depends on which way I do it. All right. Then what I do as well is I put my secondary keywords at the bottom of that. All right. Now the keyword in the tags, all right, this is also the same thing as I did when I optimized my video using the extra juice PC technique. I put all the keywords that I'm targeting in the tags once I'm on YouTube. All right, then I also put the YouTube URL in the description. All right, now the reason that I do this is because all YouTube links within YouTube are do follow. All right, so that allows you to get some nice internal link juice from YouTube by putting your YouTube URL in the description. Now, if you guys remember when I first started, earlier in the presentation, I shared with you that I usually go after 3 videos at a time. So most of the time, those 3 videos are in the same niche. So I'll interlink each of those YouTuber URLs within each other's description. So that's going to give me a nice little internal link network inside of YouTube. Because remember, all YouTube links inside of YouTube are do follow. All right. And here's what a fully optimized video looks like. I have at the very top is the title. So I have my main keyword at the beginning, an attention grabbing keyword in the middle, and then my secondary keyword at the end. Then I have my main keyword on the first line of my description. Then I have my link that I want them to click on. Then I have a short description. Then I have another call to action underneath that. Then I have my secondary keywords, and then I have the YouTube URL all the way at the bottom. All right. And then underneath that, I have the tags of all the keywords that I'm targeting. All right, so this is what a fully optimized video looks like from what I just shared with you now. All right, now for those of you that are doing local, all right, you have to make sure that you set the location of your video. All right, and YouTube makes it very easy to do that. Here's where you do it. All right, before we were under the basic info tab. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go over to the advanced settings tab, and then over to the right, you're gonna see a box that says video location. If you click inside of that box, this map is gonna open up, and you're gonna see a red pin on the map. All right, you can pick up that red pin and drag it anywhere you want, and then you can zoom in, drag it again, zoom in, drag it again, zoom in, drag it again, and get as specific as possible of where you want that video to be located, right? This again is going to give you another edge over your competition that is not doing this, all right? And YouTube has this on their settings for a reason, guys. So make sure you're taking advantage of it, and it takes 2 seconds to implement this, all right? So don't forget this, very, very important, all right? Now, the last step number 4 to this whole blueprint is to make sure you're creating high quality backlinks, right? So at this point, we've got the keywords picked out. We've got the niches that, those goldmine niches that are going to get us paid. Then we also figured out how to, where to find the clients that are actually going to pay us. Then we created the video, we optimized it, and now we have to get it to really rank and stay on the first page of Google by creating high quality backlinks, all right? So this exact blueprint is what we do for every single video to make sure not only we rank on the first page, but we stay on the first page. All right, so the first thing I do is create 20 to 100 social shares, right? Social shares are very, very powerful. And the first thing that I do is once you're done uploading the video, YouTube is going to ask you to actually share the video on about 12 different networks that they recommend. Now, I have accounts on all but about 2 of them because 2 of them are in a different language. So I didn't sign up for those. But those other 10, I make sure that as soon as I'm done uploading my video, that I share them on all of my networks. All right. And if you use a browser like Firefox or Chrome, where it allows you to stay auto logged in to different websites, it takes about 2 seconds to click on all those 10 sites and share your video on all your own social networks. All right. There's also a service out there called Social Adder. They have a free version and a paid version. The free version works just as fine, but the only thing is that you have to share to be shared in the free version. All right. So you have to load up your own social network accounts, and then when someone shares information on your social networks, you gain points, and you can then ask them to share your information. All right. The next thing is 500 to 1,000 social bookmarks. All right, now you can use several different softwares and services to get these kind of bookmarks. All right, you have Social Monkey, which is a private social bookmarking network. All right, you can also find sellers on Fiverr to create bookmarks for you, and you can also find sellers on SEO Clerks that can create bookmarks for you. The only thing is that SEO Clerks tend to be a little bit more on the expensive side. There's not like Fiverr where it has to be $5. Even though Fiverr has now started making their gigs a lot more expensive because they've allowed sellers to add upsells and all that stuff. So now most sellers are giving you the very minimum on the front end and kind of requiring you to buy those upsells to get the full service. All right. Then you can build 200 to 1,000 Web 2.0 embeds and links. Right. I usually get this from Fiverr as well, but you can also again go to SEO Clerks and things like that. All right. Now, if you just take a look at what we're kind of doing here, is we're mimicking what a viral video does. All right, because a viral video first catches a spark on social networks. And then once it catches that spark on social networks, those users are most likely going to then go to their favorite bookmarking sites like Dig, Reddit, StumbleUpon, things like that, and share those same videos on there. All right, and that gives it a second spark. And then once it catches that viral spark from there, those big blogs are going to start picking up those web videos and embedding it on their websites. All right, so we're kind of doing the same thing here. We're mimicking what a viral video does to get Google's attention and be like, hey, there's something going on with this video. Let's get it ranking on the first page. All right. So the next thing that we do as well is build 500 to 1,000 wiki links. All right, wiki links are very, very powerful for getting your videos ranked because again, Google places a lot of trust on wiki sites. All right, and that's why Wikipedia is ranked on the first page of Google for just about any term that you Google. All right. The next thing from there is to build 50 to 100 high PR links. All right, now this is a little bit more of an advanced strategy because sometimes it takes a little bit of a budget to build a high PR network. All right, so if you have the budget to do that, that's more power to you. If not, you can buy access to someone else's private blog network. But again, this is an optional, more advanced strategy. All right. And then from there, you do more as needed. All right. And one thing that's very important is that you maximize your traffic by mixing up your anchor text through your primary and secondary keywords. All right. Now, what I mean by this is you can rank for dozens of keywords with one video. All right. And the way you do that is you pretty much you're going to mix up all of these backlinks that you're building. You're going to mix them up through your primary and your secondary keywords. All right. So by mixing in those secondary keywords, you're going to cast a wider net and get a lot more traffic by ranking for more terms. All right. Don't be that person that only uses one or two anchor text to build your backlinks. All right. Spread them out and get more traffic by using as many secondary keywords as you can. All right. So that is the 4-step process in a nutshell, guys. That is all we do to get our videos ranked. We find the right keywords, we find the right niches, we find the clients, we create the video, we optimize the video, and then we build backlinks to it. All right. So that's exactly what we do. Step number 1, we find the right clients with our acquisition strategies. We create a simple video with our 4-step creation guide. We optimize our video for maximum power, and we follow our proven backlinking plan, guys. All right, and from there we rinse and repeat. It is that simple, guys. We just shared with you everything that we do in our business to get videos ranked and also get clients to pay us for those services. All right. But now I have a question for you guys. Who wants an easier and faster way? All right, give me a 1 in the chat box if you want an easier and faster way to not only get these videos ranked, but also, get results for your clients. All right. Awesome. Tons of ones coming in. And also, how would you like for us to rank your videos for you? All right. Give me a 3 in the chat box if that sounds if that sounds good for you. If you want 2 professional video marketers to be out there ranking your videos for you while all you have to do is focus on getting more clients, all right? Just imagine how much more time you would have on your plate if you had to not worry about getting these videos ranked. If you can just be out there getting clients, building your business, and then having 2 professional video marketers ranking the videos for you. Awesome. Tons of threes coming in, guys. So let's go ahead and jump into what we have for you guys today, all right? Damian Rufus and I have created our Video Valet service, all right? And Video Valet is exactly that. We are going to rank your videos for you so that you can focus on building your business and not have to worry about the grunt work and the heavy lifting of coming back and ranking those videos. All right, we are going to do that for you. All right, so specifically Video Valet, you're going to get access to our own backlinking team that will build up to 12,000 high quality backlinks to your videos for you. All right. And these are high quality links that are proven to rank your videos fast. All right. These are the same ones that we use in our business. All right. We use Video Valet to rank our videos. All right. Because what we did is Damien and I came together and we needed to find a way to be able to scale our businesses and be able to build a team to do it for us as well. So that's exactly what we created. We created a team where we trained full-time employees on how we rank videos, and then we trained them to do this over and over and over again for all the videos that we want to rank. All right. And now you guys get to get access to the same exact team that we've built to get videos ranked. All right. And these aren't people that we outsource to or any of that stuff. These are full-time employees of Video Valet that work only for us and were trained by us to get videos ranked. All right. And we build high quality links from all different sources. All right. We build social bookmarks. We build Web 2.0 links. We build video submissions. All right. Social network sites, wiki links, blog comments, and much, much more, guys. We build over 12,000 links to each video, and we include link indexing as well. All right. Link indexing pretty much means that all of your backlinks are getting the maximum power by making sure Google indexes in their search results. All right. And we've recently also added high PR links so that now you don't even have to worry about going out there and building your own high PR network. You also get high PR backlinks from Video Valet as well. All right. So all you have to do with Video Valet is submit your videos and your keywords into our web-based dashboard. All right, you sit back and you let Video Valet do the heavy lifting for you, and all you have to worry about is ranking and increasing your profit. All right. Now, one thing that's very important though is that Video Valet is not for everyone, guys. All right, Video Valet is for people who are serious about video marketing, people who will actually use our service, and people who want the heavy lifting done for them so you can focus on growing your business. All right, you guys should not be out there getting business and also coming back and trying to rank those videos as well. You should be just focused on what's getting you paid and growing that business, and then allowing someone like us to rank those videos and do the heavy lifting for you. All right. So at this point, we want to show you guys a quick demo so you can see just how easy we've made Video Valet be. All right, we've made it very, very simple for anyone to be able to use it. I can hand this off to my 2-year-old niece. Well, maybe not 2 years, maybe once she gets to about 4 and she can speak, she'll be able to use this. But I'm going to send it over to Damien so he can show you guys just how easy we made this.
Sure, guys. Now, real quick, before we hop into the demo, and while I'm moving my screen over so I can take controls here, give me a quick 5 in the chat box. Let us know the information that we gave you so far was good and was awesome. Let us know if it was awesome, guys. Perfect. Bunch of 5s coming in. 5, 5, 5, 5. That's a lot of 5s. Good. So we must be doing something good. We want to make sure every time we show up on a webinar that we give you guys all a full value, stuff that you can take right now, leave on your own, and do it by yourself. We want to make sure we do that every time, so we appreciate the love. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys inside the memories area. Give me a quick 2 if you guys can see my screen. Josh, let me know if you can see my screen, okay?
Let me see. Where are you at? Yep, you're good.
All All right, cool. We got some twos coming in, so should be all right. Now, this is inside the members area. We wanted to make this thing extremely simple and easy for you guys. So the first thing we have when you log in, we have a button here that says watch these videos. We put together 3 videos that will help you optimize your videos before submitting them to Video Valet. We want to make sure they are ready to go. That way we can get them ranked fast and we don't have to worry about any issues. So the first thing you want to do is watch these 3 videos in this tab. The next thing we have, or before we get to getting started, we have a button to contact support. We want to make it easy. Again, we try to make this thing simple. If you have an issue, we want to take care of you. So you just click this button to email our support department. And it's an email. You don't have to worry about logging in, creating an account at a help desk or anything like that. You just send us a quick email and we go right back to you. Now, getting into the actual submission part, once you get logged in here, this is like an overview screen. But once you click this button, we send you directly to your personal dashboard. There's a few things here on your personal dashboard. We let you know how many credits. It's a credit-based system, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But we let you know how many credits or campaigns you have left, and we give you actual submissions that you can submit your video. Oh my gosh, hold on 1 second for me, guys. Hold on 1 second for me. Josh, you want to talk about these 4 packages real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, pretty much what we've done with Video Valet is we have our regular submission, which we're going to build 12,000 backlinks for you, spread out over 25 to 30 days. And that's the good thing about what we create as well, guys, is we don't just go out there and blast 12,000 links to your videos at right away. We make sure we make everything look natural. So we build 12,000 backlinks within 25 to 30 days, and that's the way we've set it up, because that's what we found works for us for our videos. So that's what we do in our business. But for those of you that maybe want a little bit more of a quicker route, maybe you're trying something new and you want to rank a little bit faster, and this plays a little bit more into what I call the launch tracking with affiliate marketing, and that's why we created 2 boost packs. So boost pack 1 and boost pack 2 are pretty much allows you to get a little bit quicker velocity of links at the beginning, so that you can that's for you local guys, it might not make too much sense, but when it comes to launch tracking, you want to make sure you're first ranking on the first page of Google. So that's why we created those boost packs that allows you to get a nice surge of backlinks early on, and then we complete the rest of the campaigns later on. All right, so those are pretty much the way it is. We also have a couple of videos in here that allow you to show you how to get the best of our service. So make sure you watch that once you get in there.
Yeah, all you have to do, guys, is click this play button right here, and it lets you know exactly what's included in each submission. Now, in order to submit a campaign, all you do is click one of these buttons below. It says click here to submit your campaign. You click that. It's going to ask you, do you want to redeem this 1 point? As soon as you hit OK, it's going to subtract that point from your account. So you want to make sure you're ready to go and have the information that we're going to show you on the next screen ready to go. And it's really, really simple, guys. Like, this is the simplest form I've ever put together. We've banged through this thing a few times to make sure we had it 100% efficient, and this is as efficient as it gets. So basically, all you have to do is enter your first name and last name. I'm just going to type my information here real quick, and then let me put in that email address. And then we ask you for the campaign title. Now, the campaign title is what we'll communicate back and forth between us and you to let you know exactly what we're working on. So this isn't something that somebody sees outside of the site. This is just to keep communication consistent between us. So let's just go Video Valet review and bonus. And then I'm going to put in the YouTube URL. So I'm going to copy, or in your case, you want to go up to the browser, copy and paste what's there, but you want to make sure you take the S out of the URL and just put the http://. So go ahead, I'm going to paste that in there. And then your primary keywords, you want to use 3. We typically use 3 kind of primary keywords for what we want to rank for. And then any additional keywords you have, you can paste those in there as well. And then we ask, if you have your own articles in spun format, go ahead and give us the URL to download it. So you can upload those articles to Google Drive, Dropbox, or any other place where we can download it and give us a link there. Now, you don't have to worry about articles. We do that for you, okay? So we create the articles, write the articles for you, completely original content, enter your URLs in those articles, and push them out on the web. So you guys, don't have to worry about that. But if you do have them, you can go ahead and give us to here. And then any other, special instructions or special requests, you can paste that in the box for our team. Now, once you get that form submitted, just hit submit your campaign. It goes through the process of getting it to who it needs to go to. And then once that's done, you'll be alerted to this page lets you know that we received your submission. It lets you know we're processing. You'll get an email letting you know that we got it and we're about to get started. And then once we start on the campaign, we send you another email to let you know that we're started on the email or on your submissions. And then that's it, guys. That's as simple and as easy as we can make it. That's simple. Now I'm going to pass the controls back over to Josh, and he's going to go over the rest of the presentation with you.
Perfect. Awesome, guys. So as you can see, we couldn't have made it any simpler, guys. And like I said, once my niece gets to about 4 years old, she'd be able to use this as well. All right. So let's kind of jump into all the nitty-gritty stuff about this. All right. Now, one thing that's very, very important, guys, is that our service is extremely high quality, and people have been noticing how easy we've made it, how much we've eliminated and freed up a lot of their time. So because of this, every time we open Video Valet, it tends to sell out very, very, very fast. All right. The first time we opened up, it sold out in 45 minutes, as you can see on the left-hand side. The second time we opened up, it sold out in about 51 minutes. So every time we open up, the floodgates just tend to really fill up because people understand the value of what we've created, right? People understand that they can now go out there and focus on growing their business and then allowing us to come here and rank their videos for them. All right. So just keep that in mind, guys. We sell out very, very fast most of the time when we open up. All right. So as a special for you guys that are on here today with us, we're going to be opening up for the first 100 people only. And we're very firm on that because we kind of understand the flow of our business already and how much we can handle. So once we reach 100 people, that's it. We're shutting it down. But before I get into how you can get started with it, I want to pretty much cover what is possible, all right? Because with our enterprise package, that's our most popular package. You can submit 20 videos every single month, all right? Now let's say that at the end of those 3 months, at the end of 3 months you submit 20 videos per month, right? That's about 60 videos at the end of those 3 months, all right? Now let's say that of those 60 videos, let's say that only 10% of those videos, that's it. I'm being extremely conservative here. Let's say that only 10% of those videos rank on the first page of Google. And the reason why I'm saying that I'm being extremely conservative is that because for the majority of the videos that I put up, I rank about 70 to 80% of my videos when I put them up, right? So saying that only 10% of your videos are going to rank on the first page of Google is extremely conservative. All right, so that means that at the end of those 3 months, only 6 videos are ranking on the first page of Google. Now, let's take it a step further and say that of those 6 videos, they only make $100. All right, that's it. That's still very, very, very conservative because if you guys remember some of the screenshots we shared with you, I don't think any of them were about $100. All right, but even being very conservative, that those 6 videos, they only make $600. That's still $600 into your bank account. All right. And at the end of the 6 months, that would be $1,200 in your bank account, right? Still very, very, very conservative, but some great profit going into your bank account if only using these very conservative numbers. All right, so let's talk some numbers now. Our enterprise package typically sells for $197 a month, but of course, you're not going to pay that today. We're going to be offering you a very, very special offer on our enterprise package. But our $197 per month offer, that means that our retail value is $2,364 per year. But of course, you're not going to pay that. Even if we offered it at $1,997, it would be an amazing deal because that would be over $400 in discounts, all right? But you're not going to pay that today, guys. And I want you guys to remember something really correct. Just remember these screenshots, right? This is just from one of Damien's clients, $497, $1,988 from another client, $1,837 from another client, $3,200 from another client there. And here another $3,000 from another one of his clients. And here Mark making just under $1,000 from one of his local videos that he put up, guys. So just any one of these checks could pay for the entire video valet service, even if we offered it at $1,997, right? Especially besides this $1,000 one, but all the other ones could easily pay for a whole year if we offered it at $1,997. But again, we're going to offer you guys a very special deal. So we've gone absolutely crazy here. Again, you're not going to pay $197 a month. All right, you're not going to pay our retail value of $2,364. You're not going to pay $1,997 either. If we offered it at $1,297, that would still even be an amazing deal, guys. But we're not going to do that to you guys. We're going to give you an even better deal. All right, for only $997 per year, you can get access to Video Valet right now. There's going to be a link somewhere in the chat box where you can join us. But I want to show you guys, because with our enterprise package, you can submit 20 videos every single month. That means that at the end of the year, you can submit 240 videos. If you divide that by $997, that means that you're ranking your videos for only $4.15 per video. All right, and I want to put a challenge out to you guys. If you can go out there and find a service just like Video Valet that can rank your videos for just $4.15 per video, I will give you a full year's worth of Video Valet for free. All right, you're not going to be able to find it. Even Fiverr, it has a minimum of $5. All right. But we're not done yet, guys. We have some fast action bonuses for you guys. For the first 50 of you that join us, all right, you're going to get an additional 5 credits each and every month. So not only are you going to be able to submit 20 videos a month, now you can submit 25 videos every single month, all right? You're going to get access to our monthly strategy webinars. That's a $497 value for 6 months. All right, you're going to get our Lead Gen Valet software. This is going to pretty much allow you to build your list with your videos. All right, you're going to get access to our private Skype group as well. All right, now we've switched over to Slack. So you're going to, Slack is pretty much just like Skype. So you're going to get access to that for ongoing support. All right, and we're also going to be adding our new search and click service to Video Valet. And once any new feature that we add, you're going to be able to get access to that as well. And the new search and click service is pretty much people are going to be able to go to Google, search for your keywords, click on it, watch your video, and that has been getting us a lot of results for getting on the first page of Google. All right. So we also have a double your money back guarantee. All right. Our guarantee to you is that you're going to get at least one of your YouTube videos ranked on the first page of Google in just 3 months, any video, or we'll give you double your money back. All right. Not many people are that confident in their service where there's no risks to you that, you get double your money back if we don't get at least one of your videos ranked on the first page of Google. All right. Now, of course, there's a few conditions to this. You must follow and implement the rules laid out inside of the Video Valet members area. We got a couple of videos in there to help you get the most out of our service. All right. You must take advantage of our professional consultation, direction, and advice and follow it through. We will work with you to achieve your goal on the condition that you carry out our advice. All right. Now, this is one of the reasons why we put together the monthly strategy webinars and the reason why we created the Slack group so that we can be there for you to help you to actually get results. All right. And we also want to make sure that you target search terms with reasonable ranking expectations. All right. We don't want you guys to come to us and tell us, hey, you didn't rank me for, how to make money or how to lose weight. So things like that are just way too competitive. All right. So recap of what you're getting today: full access to Video Valet Enterprise, all right, which gets 20 credits every single month. All right. You're going to get 5 bonus credits every single month on top of that. All right, you're going to get monthly strategy webinars. You're going to get our Lead Gen Valet plugin. You're going to get access to the private Slack group for ongoing support. That's a total value of $3,202. But of course, you're not going to pay that for only $997 today. You can get access to it, or for those of you that prefer a payment plan as well, we have 3 payments of $367, and you can join us at the link that's going to be in the chat box, or you can go directly to videovalet.co, and this is incorrect, excuse me, Friends of Guillermo. All right, there's a link in the chat box now that you can go to join us, and it's Friends of Guillermo, and I messed this up again. And now we'll be taking your questions as well, guys. So videovalet.co/friends of Guillermo, and you can get access to Video Valet, and we can start getting your videos ranked right away. All right, so we're going to head over to the chat box and see if there's any questions coming through, which usually there always are.
We've picked up most of them. Let's see. Yeah, unfortunately, guys, we don't have a monthly payment option. We have a 3-pay, which kind of breaks out that $997, and then we have the yearly.
So Kokabe is asking about the Lead Gen Valet plugin. It's pretty much just a lead capture software. So it's going to allow you to, if you rather not send someone to a regular website or tell them to call something. I'm very big on building my list with video. So it's pretty much a lead capture software that allows you to easily build your list with the traffic you're getting from your videos.
Cool. Eric says, I don't use YouTube, so this is not any good for me. Sorry. Like we said, it's not for everyone. But, YouTube is the biggest video player out there. So that's that's what's getting the most traffic. And
yeah, absolutely. Tons of traffic on YouTube. So
yeah, I mean, nowadays, too, you got to think about it. Like, when I go and look for a service, I'm no longer going to Google anymore. I'm now going to YouTube. Yep. So that's something to really, really keep in mind, guys. I mean, there's a ton of value here. These guys are going to put in the work for you, and you don't have to do anything. This is a no-brainer for sure. So, again, guys, you guys could go ahead and head over to videovalet.co/friends of Guillermo, and you could jump on board right now. There's really no excuses. If you want to get these leads, get some business really quick in your local offline marketing businesses, this is definitely the way to go. So again, guys, before we get these amazing individuals off this call, please go ahead and type in your questions now. There's still a lot of people on this call. So any questions that you have, if you're skeptical about anything, go ahead and shoot forward now.
Yeah, William is asking, you're talking about sending 12,000 backlinks to a video for a plumber. Surely there's no way a plumber in Phoenix would have that thousands of backlinks. Google must realize that doesn't make sense. William, the good thing about what we do is we drip feed them over 25 to 30 days. So like I said, we're not blasting 12,000 backlinks right away. We're drip feeding them so everything looks natural. And if you think about it, in the grand scheme of things, 12,000 links to a video, to a YouTube video, is a tiny drop in the amount of activity that goes on in YouTube on a daily basis. So 12,000 backlinks, the way we structured it to drip feed it, it looks very natural. The way that we've set up of what kind of links happen at what time looks very, very natural. So 12,000 backlinks to a plumbing video is very, very effective. Eric is asking, so all this works on is YouTube videos, or does it work on Amazon S3 video storage? Eric, our bread and butter for getting traffic is YouTube and Google. So those are YouTube, since Google owns YouTube, those are the videos that tend to rank the best. I wouldn't, trying to rank a video hosted on Amazon S3 is not going to be very effective, because as soon as someone comes around with a YouTube video, they're most likely going to outrank any other video service out there.
And then think about the technical aspects of, something on S3. I mean, it wouldn't, unless that video was hosted somewhere else, like you wouldn't want to send them directly to a Amazon S3 link, because it's just a link. not even the video on the page. So kind of won't work. What else? What other questions you guys have for us? We're here to answer all of them for you. So feel free. If not, we'll cut this short and get the replay done for you guys.
Yeah, we'll wait for another question, one more question, and then we can call it a day. Here goes.
Hey, let me know when you guys are in. Looks like let me see if I'm saying this right. Kokeb, is that how you say that?
Yeah, that's how I said it. Hopefully, I said it right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Kokeb is in.
Awesome, great to have you on board, Kokeb. WP Lou is asking, do you optimize the video before uploading to Hangout on Air? Well, Hangout on Air, you have to optimize the Hangout before you start the broadcast, before you even create the Hangout. So when you're optimizing a Hangout, right, as soon as it opens up to ask you what the details of the Hangout is, that's where you optimize the video. So in the title, you put your keywords in there. In the description, you do the same thing. You put your keyword, your call to action, your link, whatever it is that you're trying to do in the description, and then you start the broadcast. All right. But also the good thing about Hangouts is that if for some reason you forget something, it gets automatically uploaded to your YouTube account like a regular YouTube, so you can go and optimize it further once it's on your account as well. So Hangouts are very good for that. William is asking, do whiteboard sketch videos work for local? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, whiteboard sketch videos work for anything. And you can follow the 4-step script that we shared with you today and make some very professional whiteboard sketch videos. Absolutely. And with softwares like Explain.io and Video Maker Effects, Easy Sketch Pro, all those guys made some very great software that allows you to make whiteboard sketch videos very easily. Awesome. So that was about 3 questions. So I guess we can go ahead and call it a day unless there's one more question that comes in. But Guillermo, thanks for having us. Thanks everyone who was on here joining us. And Guillermo, if you want to say any closing remarks, we're good to go.
Guys, if you have any questions, this is the time to do it. There's still some people on this call. You can shoot forward right now. Again, the link is right in front of you. This is really like the reason why I put this out there is because this is like the easiest way to generate business through videos. And so, you really got to pay attention to this stuff. It's now hard to get it done on Facebook. So look, you got an easy route here, to get it done and generate some business really, really quick. All right, for all types of niche areas. So this is really unique stuff. So again, guys, videovalet.co/friends of Guillermo. And you could, jump on board right now. And there's a 3-pay option that you have, and that's pretty much it. Once again, if you have any questions, go ahead and shoot an X now. If you're in already, just type it in the chat box. I see that there's a few people already on board, supposedly. So once again, guys, I'll just put the link here myself. I'll send it to everybody. There's really not much to think about. These guys are going to put in the work for you. It's really that simple. It really doesn't get any easier than that. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah. All right, guys. So thank you guys for having us.
Appreciate you guys coming out.